Yo. I get goosebumps just by watching that clip. My man, hey, hi everyone. Hi. Thank you so much for watching these sessions. Welcome to another edition of the Bread for Soul sessions. I've got DJ China on the other side of the line. Hey, Chino, how's it, brother?
Brother, how are you? Thank you for having me.
Thank you for,
Uh,
for your time, bro.
no, it's a pleasure. It's a pleasure.
So tell me about that video, like when you watch it, because I remember speaking to Vinny a couple of months after that video, and he was like, "Bruh, China was on fire that night." Do you remember that night? Like tell me about it?
Yeah, I mean, for me, it's like, I always like you're as good as your last set, you know. So, like for me, yeah, man, what I said was a special. Yeah, it was a special night. Given that, I mean, it's a special event. I mean, you've been to those events, and yeah, and it was just a special night. That's it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
man.
it was just a special night. Yeah, special music, special night. Yeah, yeah.
I just love seeing you in that zone, like when you in that zone, but because people are disturbing you there, wanting to give you handshakes. Mare yer, no tsamaya, bra yaka. Well,
No, thank you. I appreciate it. I appreciate it.
hey tada.
Yeah,
How do you feel
yeah.
about like so many people connecting with your DJ set?
Well, I feel really special because I think it's a gift. You know, to control people's emotions in one room, it takes a lot. Not just anyone can do it. I've always believed that. So uh, if people receive it well and respond to it, it fulfills me more than actually the payment that we get, for doing it.
Sure.
So yeah, I mean that's how I feel about it. I feel that we, as DJs, we have a responsibility to carry, the message through, and to portray the music in a way that it should be portrayed.
Mm.
So yeah, when people receive it, I'm glad. I'm happy. You know.
Sure, sure, bruh.
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
so, why do you think people have got so much respect for you? I mean, like I've got respect for you, but like everybody seems to have respect for you. Not only like supporters of the music, but the DJs as well. Like you are one of the most respected DJs. Why do you think that is?
Well, I'd say I'm blessed. More than anything, I'm blessed. Because I mean, the respect is earned. It's not something that you pay for or you buy. So to be respected amongst my peers and the people that came before me and people that still keep on respecting me, I just say I'm blessed, really.
Sure.
Over and above the talent, because I mean there are a lot of talented people, and who don't command such respect, and so it's just that I'm blessed and I'm thankful for it.
But I
That's what I
think
attribute it to you.
yeah, I think we are. I mean, as music lovers, as people who love the scene, I'm talking from a fan, point of view. I think we are blessed, to have people like you. I mean, like you say, there are many others, and we are generally in South
Oh
Africa
man,
blessed with great DJs, But, bruh,
yes, 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 yes.
we are definitely, the scene is blessed to have somebody like you, with the passion that you have, and I
Oh
wanna
man, yeah.
Yeah, I want to ask you about the music that is it any of importance? I know you listen to other stuff besides house music. You know, like I always see you in the on Instagram jamming to some hip hop. You know,
Yeah,
some neo soul. Is it any important for
yeah,
you, like to be listening to other types of music?
yeah. I mean, for me, it's like, look, you gotta be inspired by something, you know. Other people are inspired by jazz, whatever, and there's there's a synergy in all the types of music that I listen to, and I just think most importantly, it widens my imagination, when it comes to house music, it opens up, because I could listen to, a Pet Metheny song and I'll hear something,
Yeah,
on it,
yeah.
maybe it might even inspire a house remix, or I can listen to a Freddie Wahim, it might lead. I mean, as a matter of fact, it led me to work with one of the artists that he featured, that I'm gonna be releasing as well soon, on my EP. So such things, those are the reasons why, I listen to different kind of music, yeah, it's just an extension and a reflection of who I am as a person, and as a DJ.
Sure,
That's all it is. Yeah.
sure.
It might not work for someone else, but for me, that's just how it is. You know.
I'm very happy that you mentioning this for the first time. So if you're watching this, guys, you heard it for the first time. DJ China is gonna release an EP very soon. Well, not maybe not very soon, but expect a DJ China EP. But I wanna know. I had saved this question to for the end part of
Oh,
the
right
interview.
time.
But
Yeah, yeah.
will we see a DJ China album in the near future?
Most definitely, without a doubt. Without a doubt. I believe that music is a spirit. It's an energy. You need to be in the right frame of mind, or in the right space to make music, because music is an honest thing. It's inspired. It comes from the bottom of your heart. And for it to work, you have to be in the right place, and the people will receive it well. And I mean, for the longest time, that I felt that the music in general was not in the right space in terms of listening. You know, uh, like you get like people, someone who work on an album. I've seen a lot of people give reviews on albums, or body of work that people have worked. Like, you'd work on an album for over 2 years, and then someone might critique it after 10 minutes and say, no, this album is not, you know what I'm saying? People don't don't listen to the music. They hear music, but they don't listen to it. So I just felt for the longest time, like it was just not the right space to release music. There's been a good body of works that came out, and people were not receptive to it, because of the sort of like time we're in, where we live in an era of seeing music rather than listening to music. And so I just felt, you know, would I feel good if I had to release something now and people don't receive it as how I want them to? Or you can wait. So I chose to wait. So I feel now the time is right. People have, I mean, when you open the social screens, everyone is somehow, this the music is a big part of helping people get through, these trying times that we're in. So I feel the time is right. People they've got the time to listen, and they can hear the art form for what it is. you know
Right.
yeah, so that's why.
You said
Yeah,
some powerful stuff there because you said people we were used to seeing music and not listening to music.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Right.
yeah.
I
we,
love
we
that.
live we definitely live in an era where
Yeah.
we see music rather than hearing music.
I hear you.
You
I hear
know,
you.
that's why there's so many acts. You know,
Mm,
like a DJ. We live in an era where a DJ will get on stage with 10 dancers. You know,
yeah.
so what is it? Are we listening? Are we watching?
Mm,
You know, nothing against it, but
yeah.
let's just you gotta take a step back and see where you fit. You know, within all of that. You
Mm-hmm.
know, yeah.
Okay, bro. Tell me, who put you on? Like when you started as a DJ, like who gave you that chance? You know, who was there for you when you were coming in?
Um, None other than DJ Mbuso. Most of you will know DJ Mbuso from Pezulu Records. And he he embraced me with open arms. And he said, "Look, he saw my passion. He saw that how passionate I was about it. And he felt the edge that I had. And he believed in me.
Mm-hmm.
So if anyone, I'd attribute it to him. You know, big up to him. Got nothing but love for him. Still do. He played a very big part in my in my career. You know, by giving me a shot, by opening, for me, opening doors for me. So yeah, I'll always have nothing but love for him for that. You know,
Sure, sure. And
yeah,
DJ
yeah.
Mbuso is definitely a legend, bro. Like I just, I think I'm hoping that one of these days I can get him to be on the show, because I believe he's got so many stories to tell as well. But
I can make it happen.
yeah, please, bro, please.
Yeah, I
We're gonna
can
work
make it
on this
happen for
after
sure.
after this, ne? Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah, yeah.
sure
I
thing.
can make it happen.
What was
Yeah.
your role go Pezulu Records?
Well, my role with Pezilo Record, I was just part of the family, believe it or not, I was, uh, I wasn't even like working at Pezilo Records, like formally employed, but I was just part of the family, as one of their DJs, that are under the Pezilo stable.
Mm,
So they're just family, you know.
mm, yeah,
They're just family. That's it. Yeah, they're just family. Claude, Buso. Those are my brothers.
sure. And
Yeah,
and,
yeah.
and
Those
d-
are my.
sorry to cut you.
It's fine. Yeah.
I wanted to ask you during those times, do you miss anything about? Because I've heard stories about, how DJs used to come together in the record shop. Whether it's searching for new music and that kind of era. Do you miss anything about that vinyl purchasing era?
Yeah. I think for me, the one big aspect, like I feel that you know the focus was more on the art. You know, like the DJ had the power. So let's say for example you had $100 to spend on records, which would probably be like two records. Like you had to buy music that you knew that firstly that resonates with you. You understand?
Mm,
And I think the platform was more open to DJs telling their story. You know, as opposed to people determining on what DJs should play. Because there's some guy that's spending 300,000 at the bar. He wants to listen to whatever, so he spoils everyone's fun. Because he has the money. So now listen, you gotta come off because you're too deep or whatever.
mm,
So and I just think that people were more receptive to music. I mean, back then, I mean, we used to play like music that people didn't know, and they were receptive to it. I mean, you listen to all the house classics that people still dance to today. Like we used to play that music at bashes,
mm,
you know.
yeah,
So what happened from then to now?
mm,
I understand music evolves, but you know, that's what I miss. And secondly, I think that Back then, music was not was less more of a competition. You know, like it was less talk of man of the match. You know,
Yeah,
yeah, DJs played for each other. You
sure.
know, like if I know that okay, Lesego is playing after me. This is where I'm gonna go. I'm gonna leave it here. You know, and you know, it wasn't about a single individual stealing the shine. You know, and I just feel like that now. There's too much competition. You know, every show, man of the match. You walk into a party, people will be like, yeah, hey, yeah, ubabonise. Like,
Mm,
you know, we just here to listen to music, really.
yeah,
You understand?
yeah,
Yeah, and let's embrace music for what it is. I think that if we can get rid of that, I mean, and play music for what it is, I think we'll get to a better place, as a culture.
sure.
Let's stop this thing, yeah, well, man of the match, ubani wenzeni, like, you know,
Yeah.
it's not taking us anywhere. It's just dividing and dividing and dividing,
Mm,
And when we divide, the gap is widening, you know.
mm,
Because you're too focused on man of the match, you know.
mm,
Sometimes, you know, sometimes I want to play a 9 o'clock set, but I can't, you know, you know,
yeah.
because it's like you can't play a 9 o'clock set because now, But sometimes I do.
Mm,
Before it was no problem, you know.
yeah.
I remember we used to when taboo was still was taboo like then. I mean, Kent used to play broken beats at Taboo, DJ Kent, at like 10 o'clock, and it would be nice, and we play for each other. If we can start playing for each other as DJs, and then I think the groove will be much nicer. People will enjoy, will hear music for what it is, as opposed to a DJ competition, You know what I'm saying?
I know what you mean,
Or
bro.
proving points to this clique or that clique,
Mm,
You know what I'm
mm.
saying?
I
So
know
just
what
play
you mean.
music for each other.
I know
Yeah.
what you mean, and I resonate with that. But also because um, I've played with you for the first time last year. No, yeah, last
At one
year.
on one.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
played a
that
back
one
to
on
back
one.
last year. Yeah,
Yeah.
that was very nice because like there was no
Yeah.
I'm playing the hottest song. It was just about from this
No,
song
it's not about that.
we are going
Yeah.
to this song. From this song we are going to this song, and we just share the music like that, and it works better because I see DJing as a team. Like the whole lineup is a team for the night.
No, of course.
Yeah, the whole lineup makes the night actually. But I want to ask you because I've got a lot of questions, and I want to get through most of them.
Yeah, no, it's
Um,
fine.
um, so I believe that your success as a DJ goes beyond the fact that you started long ago. Like you put in the work, and you still do put in the work because the music you listen to, your DJ sets, tell a story. But and I want to know though, how do you consistently get booked, bruh, without much promotion on social media, without being in people's faces, but you are getting booked?
I just think that, firstly, I'll say it again. It's because I'm blessed, you know, firstly. And secondly, I just do what I think is right for me, you know. You know, we live in an information age now. People are not as people are not as naive about things. Like now, information is at a click of a button. You can get what you want. So uh, if you don't want to listen to deep house, you know, you've got a lot of other genres. You can just click away. You can listen to whatever you like. If you don't like my mix or what I'm playing, you can listen to whoever you want to listen to. So you are spoiled for choice. You know, where it comes, where the difference is, is believing in what you are doing. Do you understand? Yeah, yeah. And standing by it. You understand? I mean, I've had my days where when I was coming up, where I used to walk into a party and girls would complain, this guy, and I'd be okay with it, and I understood that it's fine. I'm not for everyone. You understand? The next DJ will come in and he'll please everyone. It's okay, and I'm okay with it. You understand? I understand that this thing is it's not a race, it's a marathon. Like I've seen a lot of people come in, they were flavor of the month, a year down the line or two, they are nowhere. You understand?
Mm.
And for some reason, they try and retract back, to see where they went wrong, and they always end up where they started. you know.
Yeah.
So, so I know that. It's being aware of that fact, and uh, what people don't know about me is that uh, you can say to me, uh, look, you've played, your set wasn't that hot today. You know, it's okay. You understand? What you don't know about me is that I know that, actually, better yet, I'll take out a mixtape. Let's say the Southsider Hangouts. You understand? I know that when I take it out, it's going to take other people 6 months to understand it. You understand?
Yeah.
I know that the same people that will be criticizing it when it first comes out, 6 months down the line, they'll probably be playing eight of those songs into their sets, or those eight of those songs will be their favorite songs. I understand that, but you don't know that. You understand? So, and I don't get uh, like bruised by it, by you saying to me, look, I didn't like how you played or whatever. Like, because I believe in what I do. Firstly, that's most important. You gotta be content with who you are and what you do. Once you can do that, and people will start believing in what you are doing, But when you are not sure about what you are doing, and you listen to too much criticism, and you end up swaying in different directions and not knowing what it is that you are doing, and also being cognizant of the fact of what's happening around you, where the sound goes, where's the music goes, where do I fit in this? You understand? So that's just that. That's why I think I still get booked,
Sure, sure. And
because real recognizes real. Yeah,
for sure, bruh. For sure, for
yeah,
sure.
yeah,
And so I find it right now. It's kind of difficult, as much as like it has become easy to obtain music, to attain music, to get in the music that you like. I'm talking about somebody who's starting out now. So but it's still, it has become more difficult because of the influx of DJs that we have, the talent that we have. It has become very difficult for DJs who are not producers, and you haven't released your own productions in a while, and you already
yeah, yeah.
touched the fact that how you think you are getting booked. But if there's somebody starting out as a DJ only, and I mean Music Man has done it, so it's not impossible that somebody can start out as a DJ and really make an impact. But what are some of the things that aspiring DJs can do who are not producers but really wanna get in there?
You know, I'll attribute it to one thing, really. Like, I'll advise them on one thing. If you're an aspiring DJ and you want to get out there, you know. Another thing I find is that, like, of late, association is the thing, right?
Mm,
You know,
mm,
so it's like, no, like, it's about Bolisego, the Blomalbo, China, Bolisego, LSG, Mama. So, you know,
mm,
so you think that's how you want to get in, you understand? But, you got to put in the work, you understand? You can't, there's no two ways about it. You have to put in the work. I did my own things. For me to get to where I am, I used to do my own nights and have me and my friends play. Just my friends, no one else. You understand? And people will buy into that. The people that believe in what you're doing will buy into that. You understand? So, uh, I encourage up and coming DJs, that want to, that they must do that. You understand? They must, they must, instead of, they must actually trade the association with the hard work, So they must do their own things. You understand? And push their own things, and get people to buy into what they're doing. Because when you create your own following, it's nicer. No one can ever take it away from you.
mm.
You understand? So as opposed to, no, I know Lesego, you know, you can get go betting, I'll play this party, I'll call Lenora, I'll call Zidane and play, I'll call Piquet, you know what I'm saying? Like, earn your stripes as opposed to the association, you
Mm.
know, like, that's what it is.
Yeah.
Just earn your stripes. You know, it's you know, like people will say, maybe you send me a promo 2 months before it comes out, you know, and I'll play it, obviously for the purposes of making people aware that it's coming. You understand? You'll get people that will complain, how come we don't get those things? You understand? It's like it can never work like that. Like you earn, I can never call, let's say for example, call Ed Jazz and say, why do you give Vinny promos before me? You understand? I
Yeah.
understand the process.
Yeah.
He earned his stripes to get to that.
Yeah.
So it's just about understanding that,
Mm. Mm.
and do your own things. Like
Mm.
just do it, just believe in you.
Mm.
You
Mm.
know, a friend of mine once said, you must trust your dopeness, and that's that.
Sure.
You know,
And
yeah. Once you do that, no one can can tell you otherwise.
mm.
You know,
Mm.
yeah,
And if I may add on to that, because
yeah,
I think the process of how easy it has become to learn how to DJ, to get music, has confused people to thinking that now because it's easy to learn the craft, it should be easy to get gigs or it should be easy to be recognized. Of whereas it's not the case. If not, if anything, you have to work even harder than you needed to work before. To really earn those stripes and get the respect that you think that you believe that you deserve. I'm just talking to people out there, and China. I want to get
yeah,
into something here, bro. Because last
yeah,
year we had a conversation about this, and in 2018, you were hospitalized, and I remember like checking DJ Christos's post on Facebook saying, "Guys, pray for
yeah,
China,"
yeah,
But and we've had a conversation, a lengthy conversation about that. But I want to talk about a bit about my situation with being in hospital because I learned a lot from it. As much as it was a difficult period, but I learned that regardless of what happens, regardless of what I believe, if I believe that people care about me, or if people love me, or if where I stand with other people, regardless of that, I learned that life goes on. Whether you are alive, whether you are in hospital, or whether you are dead. Butilo Batsuela, and that's just how life is. But I want to understand from you, bruh. How did you mentally deal with getting out of a near-death experience? So now you're out of the hospital. How did you handle that mentally?
yeah. You know, I think let me start by saying that a se ka thato ya ka gore ke be mobo, ke ka thato ya Modimo, because if I were to tell you myself, I was dead, you know, and the ones that came to see me in hospital, they were waiting for that call. This guy's gone, you know. Uh, how I dealt with it, it's first of all, my whole paradigm shifted, you know, because you can't go through that and still come out the same guy. You understand? So my way of thinking, how I do things, it has shifted completely. You know, for me, you need to have like a strong mindset, you know, of being in difficult places, or spaces, or at a point in your life where uh, you are the most vulnerable. I understood, like, I was at the lowest point in my life. I've never been hospitalized. It was my first time, and I was at the lowest, place. Like I was gone. Like for the first time ever, I was just another person. I was I depended on other people for my survival.
Mm.
Do you understand? I like I'm saying, I was at the lowest, you know. And firstly, how you deal with that. You can either be depressed about it, or it can be a lesson to you. Once our no man is an island, you understand. And first, secondly, you are not what you have or what you are doing is not by your own design. You understand? There, there are greater forces, and that you need to recognize. You understand? How more and understand that. Look, uh, we need help. You understand? You gotta come to terms with that and face your reality and say, look, I need help here and there. You understand? This had it not been for this or that, I wouldn't be. I need help. Luckily, I have very good friends. You know, yeah, extremely good friends, and my mindset at the time was, for me, my focus was to get better, nothing else. I wasn't worried about DJing. I wasn't worried about, you know, my main focus was for me to get better. I mean, even when I came out of hospital after 7 months, I stayed at home for like 2.5 months, almost 3 months, and people didn't even know. I wasn't, in a rush to get back because I understood that health is much more important than anything else. You understand? Which is why I quit smoking. One of the reasons why I quit smoking. Believe it or not, I did.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I, that part needed to happen for me to realize that you know what you're doing is not right. You understand? So you need those kind of experiences. If you are hard at hearing, or maybe you think that nothing bad will ever happen to you. To pull you back to yourself and say, "Yo, man." For me, the biggest lesson for me was that out of that whole ordeal was that we think we have time in this world. We don't. So whatever you want to do, do it. Don't wait for tomorrow. Because I checked myself into a hospital 7 months down the line, bam, 8 operations later, you
Sure.
know, I was in specialized ICU for like 2 months, you know, I mean, I'm sure you came to the hospital, how terrible it was, and for me to be here, to come out of a hospital as if nothing has ever happened, man, I'm grateful, you know, like I'm truly grateful. There are people that have been outside and nothing is happening for them. You understand? Me, I'm literally out of the game for like 7, 8 months, come back as if nothing happened. You understand? So I'm truly grateful for that.
Sure.
You know,
Bruh, I
yeah,
thank you firstly for sharing this story, because I think also what it does, it also shows everyone out there, whoever is watching, you may be going through something, guys, but like you will go through something, like it's
of
life,
course,
it will happen, but like it's very important for us to learn from those experiences and be better, be better people after those experiences. Because I believe that if you come out of anything alive, if you come out of a struggle alive, then there's a reason, there's a purpose, for the struggle that to have happened. So yeah, I want to get into another, like a few of the highlights, right? So you played
yeah,
as part of Black Coffee's residency in Ibiza at High. Um,
yes, 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 yes,
yes, I want to talk about firstly before I get to the energy part, right?
yeah.
Um, Okay, tell us about the energy. Okay, the energy in the dance floor. Let's start there. How is it different? What is it about? That European market.
Well, you know, the energy is completely different. You know, firstly, you must understand that Ibiza is a party island. You know, uh, and people use substances there. You know, So people go there for the sole purpose of partying. Understand that fact. You must be cognizant of the fact. You know. So once you understand that, you understand that this is not it's not a soulful house party somewhere. You know what I'm saying? Eh, like it's high energy, and high is has been voted the second best club in the world. You know, you know, you know, not to mention on the island. So with all those things combined, like there are a lot of people that want to play at high. You understand? But they never get to. I'm talking big DJs. You understand? So on an average night, you have around 8,000 people at a club. You understand? And you've got like two dance floors. You know, you have the access room where we start off playing in the main room where Nati plays. And week in, week out, people are packed. You understand? So they come there. There's no fancy couches. They just come in, they dance. They take their substances, they dance. And they have whatever they have. The energy is so high. You know, so you have to turn up the energy. So you can't be playing what you usually play. You know, here in South Africa. You understand? There must be some. As much as you're a soulful DJ, there must be some high energy music that you like. You understand?
Yeah.
So play that kind of music
Yeah.
as opposed to what you play. Yeah, that's all it is. That's the difference. You know, I've seen a lot of people that go there. I mean, they look at videos, maybe people, DJs who've been there, they look at the couple's videos, they look at Nati's videos, and they think it's copy and paste. It's not, because a copy and paste, you'll always tell it's a copy and paste. You need to be yourself within that high energy. That's what it is. You know, it's as simple as that. It's just not anything with chords. It doesn't work.
It's too soft.
Forget it.
Yeah.
Doesn't. Yeah, it doesn't work. Yeah, it
Yeah.
doesn't work. Yeah. So that's the simplest way I can explain
Yeah.
it.
And then
Yeah.
you also played at the Brixton Theatre in London with Nati as well. Ne?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
if you were to look at the two gigs at High or the two venues and the gig that you played with Nati as well at in London, um, how which one is more closer to home? Would you say?
I'd say the London one. The Brixton, the Electric Brixton one was more closer to home. Because they were more receptive to like a bit of soul, stuff with chords, and plus I was playing it like I think it was a 3.5 hour set, from opening till, you know, so they were both special, but one that was closer to home, a bit more was London, High was an eye opener, you know, it was an eye opener that this is what's happening on the bigger scheme of things. You understand? The type of music, no offense, but the type of music, let's say, for example, uh, like you play, let's say, at a party in Mafikeng, Lebonana, that music is played in restaurants, when people are eating, that's it. When it's party time, you gotta turn up the energy, you know, yeah, which is why there's a euphonic and there's a timbre. You understand?
Mm,
That's what it is.
sure.
The stuff that the couple is doing. That's the energy.
Mm,
That's the frequency of the energy that they're at. So you look at what you're playing and listen to that, and you'll be able to tell. But somewhere along the line, I'm sure you'd have to find yourself there. You know.
sure. Sure.
So I just trusted my taste, and I went. You
Sure.
know,
Sure.
and luckily, the first time I went, I did an opening on the other floor. Actually, they had me in the middle. No, I had an opening, and then the second time they had me in the middle, the last time I was doing the closing set. So it just goes to show that, I'm doing something right,
Sure,
you know.
sure.
Yeah,
And you are a DJ.
so
You are a real DJ. You know what I mean?
no, no, of course. Yeah.
Yeah.
One thing I can tell you, like South Africa has DJs. Like we understand, we've got serious DJs. Like we can play from R&B to, to whatever. We are able to navigate, you know,
Mm.
our way through it. You understand? But being ourselves,
Sure,
you know.
sure.
Yeah, yeah.
And
But it's nothing like it.
yeah, you did
Yeah.
mention that point actually last year when we were talking that South African DJs technically, we are good. We know what we do. We are passionate about it, and we have that. And thank you for bringing that up again. Nikriko
Yeah,
Botaka.
South African DJs, like, trust me, South African DJs, they're for real, you know.
Mm,
Like they're the real deal. Like they don't like here Nali DJ.
sure.
Isn't all like, I just wish they could believe in themselves more.
Sure. But tell me then,
Yeah.
just to segue from that point, do you believe then there are pockets worth exploring, especially in the European market, from what you have seen as a South African DJ, like to really explore that side? Are there those kind of opportunities to explore?
There are, like my motto is that in every mess there's always a niche. You know, everywhere you go, it doesn't matter whether you're in Spain or in Barca or wherever. There's always a niche. So the choice is with you. What is it that you want? You know, you want the Tez or you want the Ferrari? You know, like it's up to you, really.
Sure.
Yeah, you choose whether you wanna, do you wanna play, at restaurants, when people are eating, and not jump over to the big clubs where you play with about Jimmy Jules,
Solomon.
or Solomon. Like you choose. The choice is yours. What is it that you want to do? And really, I mean, even for the sound that we play, there are pockets of there are pockets of that in Ibiza per se. You understand? But it'll only limit you to a certain level because it's a small island. You understand? So once you are there, you can't be now playing at a day party, at some club, at a restaurant, and then the next thing you are playing you know, at Pasha, with Solomon. It can't be, you can't find. So you must choose what it is that you want to do. But there are pockets of it, I've identified them, so the choice is yours, really,
Sure.
but the pie is big enough for everyone, really,
Sure.
you know,
Yo,
yeah.
that's so inspirational. I hope you guys are listening, guys, and you are taking notes, and also kind of I'm just like taking this in and thinking about my way and what is it that I want, how I can, cause I do obviously, I mean not obviously, but I do want to explore that market in some way, So I think you giving me other, a clearer vision as well of where I could start. I mean, we can talk about it as well later on. But I want to know this about Ibiza, because I've heard other stuff.
Mm.
So tell me about the itinerary, bro. So I heard the itinerary. You roll like superstars. What happens when you land, or before you land? Actually, what happens?
Look, man, those people are serious, when it comes to planning. Like, asintshwela gore o tla mfounela le ko gate-ing ore ke ka mo ntle, you know like like from when you take off, when you leave, the country to when you land, the travel is so seamless. You don't even have to pick up a call and call anyone and say, I'm waiting here. You understand? Wherever you land. Like I remember when we went to to Rome. Uh, uh, Nachi was somewhere else, and I was coming from, South Africa. So what happened was I was gonna land in Rome in the morning. So obviously in hotels you can't check in, before two, whatever. But when I landed, I had a driver waiting for me. I already knew his number, his name. He was there. I was checked into a hotel, before the main hotel. We had separate drivers, but we were going the same places. So I went to the club first because I was doing an opening set. So at no point where you have to call anyone and ask. Everything is right there. And I think that if we can get to that to that level of hospitality, I think we, as an industry, will go far. That's just about the only thing that one of the most one of the things about Shapangayo, for it. They're so organized. You understand? You don't have to ask for anything. Everything is there. You understand? Like there's a lady that stands or a guy that stands by you when you play. If your water is half full, will take another one without you even asking. If your towel is wet, they change other ones. Like without everything is just so seamless, right until you leave. You know, so it's second to none really. I haven't seen anything like it. From equipment, they connect 8 CDJs, so four per side. You know, it's up to you if you want to use the DJ mixer or the Element Heath analog mixer. So when they come, they ask you, what do you want, the DJM or the analog? You choose whatever you want. They just pull the monitors, to whatever side that you want to play at. There's already a towel. Your drinks are already there for you. There's someone there that's for you. When you are done playing, if you want to chill, they'll take away your pouch for you. You don't have to carry it or your bag. It's stuff like that. It's small things that make a huge difference, really, I
Mm,
think. You know,
mm,
So yeah, if I believe we can do it, you know,
mm,
because that's what keeps people coming back. To say, look, man, I want to go to the place.
mm,
Because from there's nothing that you're gonna find wrong
mm.
anywhere. You
Yeah,
know.
yeah.
So even if they say to you, for example, you can't play for free, you do it because that will try to.
Mm, mm.
That's it.
And
That's all it is.
I do believe we definitely can do it, in South Africa. And I've seen guys also taking their eventing very seriously, people like Piquet, the Italian. Hey, last year, can you
Yeah,
get to Piquet utlisted underground with bodyguards, my man. Hey, Gary, hey, Piquet,
yeah,
Usira, so because
yeah,
I mean, I'm
yeah,
assuming he asked for them, but like to be able to deliver because that's what the artists want. And I think at the minimum, we need to get the technical rider right. At the minimum, if we don't need to be
yeah,
fancy,
yeah,
guys. We need to at least get proper CDJs in the club, get proper mixer, at least at that. Before then, I know the calls. Hey, hey, I'm coming 10 ish or that we can deal with. Mare, the technical rider, guys. I believe that we need to really get on top of it properly. So China, Braga, I'm interested in conversations. So when you guys went to the Black Coffee branch, before the lockdown, bro. Hey, I saw on social media. I had phone. I was like, damn it, but. Go kgabilwe la, people are dressed nicely. O kgona go bona fela gore go nkga monate la. And I assume that you probably did your manicures as well before you went to there. But I'm interested in the conversations, ne? Because
yeah.
coming out from that branch, people were like, "Bruh, we see the vision. Black Coffee, we see the vision." Can you share like just a conversation, one conversation that was had in that branch, just to enlighten some of us who were not?
So okay, the purpose of that branch, uh, as people later found out that were there, it wasn't actually a branch. It's called Imbizo. You know, like the purpose of it was to inspire, like everyone that was there, are people that are even people that are willing to learn, you know, and people that have the power to change the society, for the positive, for the better. We had from billionaires, to to people who are not so well off, you know. But how do you bridge the gap? How do you bridge the gap? You had uh, like millennials, people with ideas that can change, So that was the purpose of that branch. So Nati explained that this is to inspire everyone here that's here can make a difference. You understand, and change the narrative. You understand, and do things for us. Like where we have like it's like a personal meeting, where we say, okay, where are we as a nation? You understand? Where are we going? What are we doing? Are we doing positive things? Can so and so help with this? Yes, I can help with this. Maybe mutual two second so and we build our nation instead of us waiting for the government to do stuff for us. You understand? So that was the purpose of it. That everyone that was there, it was people that positive thinkers, game changers, people that are doing things. You understand? And to inspire as well. You know, I know a lot of people were there for as well for photos. But the most important thing was to inspire. Instead of having a party, just a normal party where we eat nice, we dress nice. Let's have the right people in one room and let's open up conversations. Yo, what can we do? You understand? What can we do for our country? How can we push the needle, forward? How can we, like different thinkers? That's what it was about. That was the whole purpose of the thing. So a lot of people were inspired to say that, you know what, I'm not going to actually do that fancy dinner or brunch that I was going to do. I'm actually going to call like-minded people and have them in one room. You never know what could come out. You understand of it? That's what it was about. You understand? You know, you want to see a big announcement today from about Gale. You know, that acquisition, it came from that as well. You understand? So that's what it's about. Regional party. Let's not just hang out and try. Let's see what we can do. You understand? We were talking offline the other day that we need to create our own things. That's what it was about. More than the photo shoots, really. You
Sure,
know?
sure.
So now everyone is on that mode now where look, I'm gonna call, people that I think that are making an impact in society, get them in one room and see what positive that can come out of it.
Sure.
That's what it was about. Yeah.
Bro, I love that so much. And in my mind now, I'm thinking we can always do similar things as well. It doesn't even have
Yes.
to be a big circle. It could be people that you always meet up with, but you never have those conversations.
Yes.
Definitely. So
It's very important.
very, very, bro.
Yeah.
Ke batla go bua ka just quickly before we're running out of time, but I'm gonna
Mm.
skip one question. Yeah, I'll skip one. I'll ask it to you. Call the side thing.
If you
The,
want to.
okay, okay. Let me get to this one first.
Yeah.
Mfethu, I hear baro shapa transition. Baro diamond wa jaga. I've seen a post neridlala ko Mafikeng, and I think it was a pre-60s party. I drove back immediately after the party on the Friday, and Neria Imbizo. I don't know where Trevor was going somewhere. Trevor was actually rushing to the airport.
True, true,
I
true.
posted over. I need to get to the airport in 1.5 hours. God, these guys, they're not gonna make it. And you made it, bro. Like, why sharp Veletras?
Well, I'm a safe driver. Let's just say that. You know,
People who say
let's
this,
let's
people who
yeah,
say this.
yeah, like I'm a safe driver. Yeah, that's it. I understand how it works. I'm not an expert ya koloi, and a koloi I am not clever, so I never do anything that I think that I want to handle,
Sure.
because I think why people say that is because I do, because we're always on the road, as our work demands us, I thought it was wise for me to invest in, advanced driving lessons, so I take like every 3 4 months I go, every 3 4 months I go, night day, night day, so it's contrary to popular belief, like it makes you respect the rules of the road, you know, you know, if the need arises for you to drive fast, you can, and then
Mm.
it's able to, that's it.
Sure. Na ke a utlwa
Yeah.
braai.
So yeah, right. Ke a tseba mo Vini le mo Thabo ba mpua hampe.
No, man, ke a utlwa. But tjhe fethu ne,
Mm.
do you think that a lot of people ba nahana ba o tshaba jo? Do you think that a lot of people are scared of you just because of the way you are when you out there?
I don't know, eh? I think you'll have to ask people, you know. But I've heard that the most common thing that I've heard about myself is that, okay, one, I'm arrogant. Two, ke a ipona, you know. Ke nahana hore ke tseba haholo, or whatever, Uh, until you get to know me as a person, you know. I'm sure you also had your own uh, 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 views about me before you got to know me personally. You understand, you know.
Yeah.
So I believe. So one thing about me is that I know myself. You know, I understand that uh, I'm not everyone's cup of tea. You know, and I'm okay with it. You will get people that are popular that are liked by a lot of people. Some are not. I'm okay with that because I'm an introvert. I keep to myself. I enjoy my own space. Maybe people take that the wrong way. Like I can go to a party and stand alone by myself and not want to talk to anyone. To me, it's normal. Like I'm okay with it. Some people will say, "I'll tell you, born. Why is about why is in the room?" But I understand that some people will take it the wrong way.
Mm.
But I believe that when the opportunity comes, you for one to get to know me better as a person, then they'll see who I really am. You know,
Sure.
because ke a tseba hore ha ke tjhelete, ha ke rate ke everyone. You
Sure.
know, and it's okay. You know,
Mm.
I'm okay with that.
Sure.
I'm not being trying to please everyone.
Mm.
I'm content with myself, and the real people that know me, they'll tell you more about me. You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
So that's that.
Yeah. And
I'm
I'm
not gonna worry about anything. Yeah.
sure. And I'm sure, like, I mean, after watching this, so many people will also have a different view. If they had another view, they will have a different one now because you don't do so many interviews. So people don't really know who you are. It's like, I mean, I'm always serious. No, I'm even shocked at myself that I am doing these talks because ha ke motho o buang thata, mfethu. If I'm at gigs,
Yeah, I know.
I'm just keeping to myself. Sometimes, like you, I will be on the side, keep domestically one, whatever. But I want to ask you quickly, if you had, bruh, if you had the power to change or the power to influence an area in our music scene, what area would you influence and how would you influence it if you had the utmost power?
Uh, I'm going to be selfish about this one.
Please do,
Uh,
please do.
uh, you know, I think I have the power, and I am going to do it. And I've started doing it. Is that I want to empower other up and coming DJs. You know, more especially from my hood. You know, Soweto, that is, I feel that there are so many talented DJs in Soweto, so many, you know, but like they choose to spend a lot of their time on other things, you know. And there's this notion uh, that everything that's foreign is best. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
You might not know this, but the reason why I started the Southsiders, I started the Southsiders with the general purpose of that, because I saw that in my hood there's a lot of extremely good DJs, you know, but they don't get the recognition or the exposure they need to get. So why not start the Southsiders so that if, because you'd get calls from promoters to say, okay, China, who do you think we can bring, that you know? And then you'll suggest someone, They'll be like, yeah, but actually we don't know him or people don't know him, and we're not sure, You can't really blame a promoter for that, At the end of the day, which choice yabo, yabo. But if ke re go promoter, let's say go ke batla go tla ko Mafikeng, I want to do the Southsiders. I'll bring a lineup, maybe DJ. It's going to cost you an X amount of money. You'll be more willing to pay for those unknown artists if it's put like that. You understand? Because it's about the Southsiders. That's why I started the Southsiders. You understand? So I can push Indana Takasiaka. You understand?
Sure.
Because yes, there's politics everywhere. You understand? I don't want to dwell on that, but I just think that my hood has the most exceptional DJs, that the country has to offer, But it has gotten to a point where it's a thing, I'll start with about music. But that's not true, you know? They're brilliant DJs, you understand? But they don't get that exposure because of whatever it is that they're focusing on, you
Sure.
understand?
Sure.
They'll focus on the politics or whatever,
Mm.
or promoters determining for them, how it must be done, and you understand? Like, there's no promoter that's gonna tell me how I must relay my music. I buy that music, so understand. I know the taste. Yeah. So how are you gonna determine for me, what's what? You understand? Yeah, of course. Let's not despise small beginnings. Yes, we'll start off by having 5 people, 10 people, but keep at it. You know, nothing great ever came easy. So that's what I'd like to change, especially about my hood.
Sure, sure. I love
Yeah,
that, bro. I love that so much, and
yeah.
I wish you all the best with that. But I don't need an answer, a response from this. But with regards to the best DJs, I would have an argument if I were to put in my Mouth Town people. My man, in Mafike, guys, we've got dope DJs. Anyway, anybody can speak for their
No,
hood.
true.
It's not a competition,
No,
but
no,
I
true.
like that.
No, true.
I like that completely.
Yeah, no, you are right. I mean, look, you are right. Like we should actually encourage such things where
Mm.
you bring your Mafican DJs, you come to Soweto, I host you. Then we have Soweto DJs, and then you host us, vice versa. You go to Durban, you go wherever, and
Yeah, I think
I think we need to start doing that.
we definitely need to do that. I think
Yeah, we
yeah,
need to
no,
start
Ray Fed
doing that.
is. Ray Fed is. Everybody heard
Yeah,
it. So if you
yeah.
don't, if we don't do it, they can hold us accountable. So
No,
anyway,
most
bro,
definitely.
DJ China, kya leboga bra kana. Thank you so much for spending your time and sharing your stories. You are an inspirational person, in our scene, and you are respected. You are loved in our scene. But kerata ho leboga mfethu just for being you, for doing what you do. Thank you so much, bro.
No, Lebuan, thank you for having me. I think these talks are They're very fruitful. You know, le wena ke kopa o ska stop all the
Sure.
carry on doing them. You know, it's always nice to know the behind the scenes. You know, to get into people's minds. You know, and thoughts. You know, so keep at it. You
Sure.
know,
I will
yeah,
definitely
yeah,
do that, my brother.
yeah.
Guys, thank you so much if you for watching this. Thank you. Please share the video. Please tag somebody who might be interested in hearing what we spoke about in the chat. And let's keep on being creative. And tonight, myself and DJ Chan, and it's a coincidence. We're gonna be on the lockdown party tonight. It was
Oh
not.
yes, tonight. Yeah,
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 yeah, yeah,
yeah.
tonight. Yeah, yeah,
It,
yeah. You're gonna be. So people should tune in. And then we wanna have the man of the match.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Let's stop that rubbish, guys.
Yeah,
But yeah, I
yeah,
know that 6 p.m. So is gonna be starting. Then myself and then DJ China. So for
yeah,
our
man.
scene, for our community, I hope you guys really enjoy our sets
Yeah,
tonight.
just enjoy the music.
Mm,
Really, that's what it's about. You know,
sure,
it's for the culture.
sure, for
Yeah.
sure, for sure.
Peace.
Peace out, everybody. Let's stay creative, guys. Thank you so much.